And we're recording. Hello, I am Danyelle Peiffer, Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with RVP. You are on our weekly empowerment call, and the first call of the month, every month from here on out, we've been doing it, I think this is the third one now, is a getting started call. And let me tell you, this call is for both new and not so new consultants, because if you are new, you are going to learn what you need to do to turn your action plan into your business plan. You're going to get out there and build a business. And if you are not so new or seasoned, we'll call it, you are just going to learn how to start people. And every month having this reiterated is just going to help you become more confident in starting people and getting them going strong in their business. So before we start, I just want to make sure that you are aware of a couple things really quickly. The first is, if you are the trainer, you're the person who has signed somebody up to get started, we have on the multi-region team page, under the file section, the document called How to Start a New Consultant Guide. That is what I'll be using for our call tonight, okay? Now, if you are the new consultant, you have the website of carlitanelson.com. The password is Arbon, lowercase a. And on carlitanelson.com, under the Getting Started tools, there is your action plan. So maybe you saw Marie's video earlier today, or maybe your sponsor has already told you about this and you've come prepared with your action plan. Typically, what we're going to be doing on the call tonight is what we call step 3 of our Getting Started for new consultants, and it is called the business plan meeting. And for the business plan meeting, a new consultant would want to have their action plan wise filled out, their 100-person list filled out, qualified dream team, and have their schedule on hand. So when you sit down and have this business planning meeting with somebody, you can go through this and turn their action plan into their business plan. Now, if you're watching this and you're brand new and you haven't done this yet, or maybe you're not brand new and you still haven't done this yet, no worries. Go back and do this, and then talk to your sponsor or your sponsor's sponsor, wherever you need to go on your upline to find someone who's working this business, because they'll want to get you started strong. So those are just a couple things I wanted you to make sure you knew where to find them. Let's see. So we are going to go over the business plan meeting, but before you actually do that, one thing we want to do is you want to have that welcome call with your RVP. That's on the new consultant guide. So if you have not had a welcome call with your RVP yet, please, please, please ask your sponsor or send your RVP. So if you're in this multi-region group here, it's either myself, Nair, or Marie. Facebook message us. I need my welcome call, because you are an independent consultant with Arbon, and this is your business. So we're excited to get you going. And to talk about getting going, I just have to say congratulations. If you are on this call, that means you're a consultant and you've made a decision to do something different, because this is not the norm. If you've been doing this for a minute, you know that. Making the decision to do this takes courage. And so I just wanted to say, good for you. Good for you for having the courage to do something a little bit different that can then yield something really different, a life by design. And that's why we're here, to do something different. And I love the quote that actually Elaine shared on one of the Getting Started calls she did from Basama, who is a guy in Arbon. He said, the sky is not the limit with Arbon. And I think that's so cool, because our global training conference 2 weeks ago's theme was limitless, because there truly are no limits with what we're doing. So congratulations for being a part of this. And I want you to know what is possible with what we do. So if you're new and you're just like, oh, I just want to make money to pay for my habit of buying Arbon, because I hear that a lot. Or maybe if I could just make $200 or $500 a month, you haven't seen what's possible. And I think it's really important that you read the success stories in Arbon and know that these men and women at arbon.com, go to success stories, they're making 5, 10, 20, 50, 100,000 a month. Like it's crazy what's possible. So you have to know that, because it's our job as your leaders to tell you that if you're dreaming of 500 a month, that's great. That's awesome. We'll show you how to get that. But you have so much more potential with what you have in your fingertips with this business. There's a couple things that I want you to know, just expectation-wise, of this business. I mentioned you're an independent consultant with Arbon, and hear that word independent. So our goal is to help you become independent as quickly as possible, because when you know where the resources are, you know what tools to share with people, you know how to ask, you know how to do your presentation. Once you learn all these things, you're going to spread your wings and fly. But the good news is you're never alone. So when you start your own traditional business, you have to do every single piece of it. You have to figure everything out. So you have a huge investment and you're all alone. But with what we get to do, we get to start our own business by plugging into a system, by learning how to become independent, by learning how to grow. Nobody is equipped to start this business when they start. They learn as they grow. So I'm really excited for you to know that this is your business, but you are never alone. You have an entire upline to support you. So that might include your sponsor, or district manager, area manager, regional vice president, national vice president. And we even have additional NVPs and sidelines that help us along the way. So there's a whole team of support. Also, the other thing you need to realize right off the get-go, the sooner you get this, the sooner you're going to just grow a business, is that there are ups and there are downs in this business. And sometimes it will feel really good and sometimes it won't feel good. And the sooner you realize that this goes up and down and you decide, I'm just going to grow a business. It can be going up and down around me, but I'm just growing my business. The sooner you'll be able to move forward in it. So let me give you an example. Hey, best friend, I'm so excited. I just started this business with Arbonne. I can't wait to tell you about it. And best friend says, oh, you're doing that? Ooh, that's going to hurt. Or, oh my gosh, I got my first presentation. I can't wait. And then you show up at the house and not even the host is home. That has happened to Arbonne consultants. That has happened to executive national vice presidents at the top of the company. Or somebody returns their 30-day to healthy living kit. That's probably my biggest heartbreaker because I know it works and just breaks my heart when somebody returns that. But those things happen. But on the other end, the opposite happens. And somebody thanks you because they feel healthy again. And it feels just amazing. Thank you so much for introducing me to Arbonne. I feel amazing. Or somebody says to you, if it wasn't for you, I would have been stuck in whatever they were stuck in. Like those things are going to feel phenomenal. So know that ups and downs is what we do. But if we can just look at it as part of the business and keep ourselves level-headed and know we just have to, take them as they come, whether they're really high or really low, we're good. So there's 3 key factors to grow this business. 3. It makes it sound really simple. It's simple. It's not always easy because the first one's probably the hardest. It's called growth. You have to be willing to grow yourself. You will hear over and over again that this is a personal growth business wrapped up in lipstick and protein powder. We have to be willing to grow ourselves. That's the number one thing we have to be willing to do. So if you are doing this business, you should be reading. You should be reading personal growth. And I had a conversation with somebody the other day and I said, what book's on your nightstand? She said, none. I go, I can tell. Because if you're willing to grow yourself, your business is going to grow. So it's the first thing. You have to be willing to grow yourself. Because if you're willing to grow yourself, you can do the second thing, which is to contribute to others. You can't teach someone leadership skills if you haven't learned them. You can't teach someone to mind their mind and have a good mindset if you haven't learned it. So we learn that. We grow ourselves so we can go out and give that to others. That's how we do Arbonne, to help others. It will also help us in the process. So grow yourself, contribute that to others and their growth. And the third thing, is all you have to do, ready to grow this business, grow yourself, grow others, contribute to others, is the staying power. What do I mean by staying power? Well, stay connected. So kudos for you. You are on. You're connecting right now. Or you're watching the recording, which is still connecting because you're doing your due. So stay connected. Other ways to stay connected is your team monthly meeting. And if you are within driving distance, I'd say we've probably heard people that drive 3 hours each way. I think Mo Barger and Boger in California said she drove 3 hours each way to her monthly meeting. But I know 1 hour for sure to your monthly meeting. Put it on your calendar and make it a priority. And if you don't have a monthly meeting in your area with our team, we can help you find one, or better yet, start one. I love when Marie and Yair talk about they started, the 2 of them, in a living room. That was the monthly meeting. And now, if you're local in Rochester, there's like 40 of us. So please, that monthly meeting is critical. Put on your calendar. Protect that time. That's staying connected. Wednesday night calls, 8:30 to 10 o'clock every Wednesday night. That's an hour and a half of your entire week to connect for your business. You're going to connect to your major events. Any network marketing professional will tell you, you go to the major event for your company. Well, ours just occurred 2 weeks ago. A lot of us were there. If you missed it, guess what? For the first time ever, you can still sign up for virtual GTC, and then you can go back and watch all the trainings from GTC. So you can still connect to that piece. And then lastly, and I'm not sure in Australia, Yvonne, you can probably answer this one, but in the States, there is impact training in August and September where it's a one-day training. You are going to want to go to the one closest to you. And I'm sure you guys have some sort of global thing or some sort of nation thing in Australia. You can post that in the chat, Yvonne, for the team in Australia. That would be awesome because I'm not aware of it. Thank you. So you're staying connected. The other thing you're staying consistent. So if I wanted to go get healthy and go to the gym and I said, okay, here's my plan for any of you people that are gym people. I'm going to go every other week, one day, but I'm going to work out for 10 hours. I'm going to give my whole day. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to go for one day and work out for 10 hours. What would you tell me? You tell me I'm crazy. You're like, that's not how it works. You could just go 5 days a week for 20 minutes and you're going to get healthier than going every 2 weeks for 10 hours. Well, some of you might work your outbound business that way. It's not like that. It is about staying consistent. So if you want to work 5 hours a week, work 5 hours a week, every single week. There's nothing magical to build this business. It is just small steps every day. Take you to where you want to go. So you're staying connected, you're staying consistent. And last thing is you're staying the course. You can hear story after story after story about, you know what, my sponsor quit. And had him or her stayed, they would be an executive national vice president with 2 nations and 5 regions. Staying the course is knowing that this will grow over time. You just got to give it time. I can't tell you the number of consultants that quit after 6 months. How about 3 months? How about a month? How about they tried a launch party and nobody came and they quit? That happens. So you don't want to be that. And I love how Eric Worre talks about he went to the global training conference or whatever their big event was called, and he asked the number 1 income earner, how'd you get here? What's the secret? And he goes, look in that room. There's 2,000 people. Next year, half of them will come back. Be one of those half. Be part of that 50% that returns. And the year after that, half of those 50, be part of the 25% that's returning. It's the staying power. So please, grow yourself, grow others, stay connected. At this point, if I was sitting with you one-on-one, I'd say, tell me your whys. So you need to know your whys, and so does your upline. So does your sponsor, so does your VP. We need to know why you're doing this so that we can help you and support you. And Miss Jessica Barrios said to me when I wanted to quit, she said, that's fine, quit. Who's going to pay for your kids to go to college? And it's funny because that's the biggest why I could come up with at the time. That was the only tangible thing I could think of. I have 4 kiddos now. I can tell you right now, my whys are so much bigger now. And your whys will grow too over time. But you need to know why you're starting. And you need to tell the people around you why you're starting. And then you have to realize, how are you going to get there? Like, what do you need to do to get there? And I'm going to tell you, there's some of you that's like, you know what, my goals are small. I want to go slow. That's fine. But we're going to show you how to build this business because we want you to learn how to build this business. And if you decide that you want to go slow. That's fine. But the way to do it is to take 1 month and fully invest in working our system of 40 faces. So what we do over the course of a month, on an average of a 10 to 15 hour work week with Arbonne, we share Arbonne with 40 faces a month. What does that mean to share Arbonne? It means to share your iStory. If you're brand new, you're going to learn what that is. It's actually on carlydenelson.com under the Getting Started tools. There is a page to help you write your iStory. You're going to share your iStory. You're going to share Arbonne's story, Arbonne's background. You're going to share our business and our products, and then you're going to finish by asking people how they want to be a part of Arbonne because you're going to share the opportunities, through the business and products, what they want to do. So if you do that with an average of 40 people a month, you're going to do what we refer to as the building block. Let me just say there's no requirements from Arbonne, but these are to promote the averages, district manager in the first 1 to 3 up to 6 months of your business, then going area in the first 6 to 12 months. You have to work this consistently to promote. If you want to be a regional vice president, by the end of this year, you can do that. If you want to be making, Carly Nelson, I think she was making like $15,000 within 5 months of working a business, a month. 15,000 a month. You can do that, but she's going way quicker than average. So we're going to talk about 40 faces a month. When you do that on average, you will sell what we say probably 8 ASVPs. Those are like the 30 Days Healthy Living Kit or the Skincare Kit or a combination of them. And with that, you'll hit your building block of 2,500, which is a great, strong way to get into qualification for district manager so that hopefully you can do the volume you'll need to complete the following month. With that, we are going to use what we talk about, the funnel method of asking people. And with this funnel method, there is a video on the multi-region YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube channel, you can type in multi-region team, and then there's a video called Why Lead with the Business. I recommend you watch that tonight or tomorrow so that you can understand why we're leading with the business. And it's really important to know that we want to share the biggest opportunity people can have. Because yeah, it's great. You give them a 30-day kit, they get healthier, they feel better, that's awesome. But if they're still stressed out from their job and they don't have enough money to keep purchasing the products, like we're not helping them as big as we can. But if we can give them an income opportunity that will then inspire them because of the personal growth, that will allow them to make additional money, to give them freedom and choices, that's the bigger picture. So we're going to start with leading with the biggest picture, and then we're going to share other ways that they can be a part of Arbonne. So they can take a look to see what the business is. So with your calendar, as you're thinking about these different ways, you need to know the time blocking so that you can block out time to work your business these next 30 days, right? Oh, it's perfect. It's the beginning of the month too. How fun is that? So if you are new, or if you want to pretend like you're new today and you're going to bang out these next 30 days and really see what doing real full-time Arbonne is, you are going to block out time for 5 take-a-look Zooms in the next week. So with Take a Look is going to be where your VP, your RVP, will share with your prospect, and you get to link them and then be on the call as well for a chance to learn. And then it gives your prospect, somebody who's building the business, that overview, to give them the opportunity to share the overview, and you're learning. So it's perfect fit, and you want to block out 5 30-minute time slots in the next week. To do that, you also want to look at the next month, and you're going to want to block out group presentation times. For a group presentation, you'll probably need 3 hours. So you're going to want to look at your calendar, and even the busiest person will be able to find space on their calendar. So let's say, well, I work Monday through Friday, sun up to sundown. I have kids at home. On Saturday, do 2 presentations. I know this is a lot, but to really look at it, it's not really a lot. It's 6 hours out of your week to build a full-time business, to build a multi-million-dollar business that can change the lives for yourself and future generations. We just want to show you what it looks like to do full-time. So you're going to block out 6 to 10 slots over the next 30 days to build this business with group presentations, 3-hour time blocks. You're going to block out of those 6 to 10, 2 of them are going to be your own. They're going to be like your backup parties. You're going to work the funnel, asking people to take a look, asking people to host their own, because you're going to have that time to do that. And then if they say no to those things, you're going to ask them to come to yours. So you want to have 2 of them. Maybe one is a week from now, and one is like 3 weeks from now, so that you have time throughout the month to be asking people. And then you have like a backup party on your calendar at your house, so that they can come to that to learn about Arbonne. You're also going to want to make time blocks of 1 hour for those people who don't want to get on Take a Look call. They're not willing to take one of your group presentation time slots to host. They can't come to your presentation, your personal one. Then you say, you know what, can we just grab a cup of coffee? So you want to block out little hour time slots to just grab a cup of coffee with maybe a couple people that can't make it to that one. And then the other time blocking thing that I've already mentioned are the Wednesday night calls. Every Wednesday night, 8:30 to 10, time block it. And when you work on this method of knowing when you want to work, it allows you to go out and ask. Because I have found myself in the trap some months of not putting time to work, therefore I'm not asking anybody. Because I don't even know when to say I could go do it if they said yes. So the first thing you want to do is decide, when are you working your business? What hours in the work week are you actually going to go out and share Arbonne? Because that's working your business. Activity is how you grow your business. Now we're going to look at the verbiage for asking and actually working the funnel method to fill those time slots that you've blocked out. This is also on your action plan. Now, when I first started, I might have been a little snotty, and I thought that verbiage was cheesy and it was scripted and not real. And what I've learned, what verbiage helps you do, is what it would have helped me do in the beginning is make it so I don't vomit Arbonne on everybody, and then they're all confused, and then they don't, confuse mind says no. So it allows you to streamline what you're asking in a way that is 100% genuine, because you're only going to say stuff that's true. The idea of listening in 3D, dreams, desires, and discontent. So you're listening for those. If you listen every day, people will say them all around you, things they dream of, they wish for, or they're unhappy with. So start when you're looking through your list and you're picking out your dream team, you're asking yourself, if you've heard someone say they wish life was different in some way, shape, or form. So when you listen that way, it's really easy to make this a genuine ask because you've heard something. But don't think you can only ask if you've heard something. Because if you follow, this verbiage here, the first goal, the first thing you're asking for are to fill those 5 take-a-look time blocks that you've set up over the next week with your RVP. We can post RVPs. Can we post under this video on the Facebook page how to find your RVP's times? Because I'm not 100% sure how Nair and Marie are doing that, but mine's on a Google spreadsheet for anyone in my organization that can see what times I'm available. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach out and be genuine. I recommend for each person you're about to reach out to, write down on a piece of paper their name, what you love about them, why they would be awesome at this, and what you may have heard that would make you think they would need this, so that you know that going into this. Also, you want to know what's the biggest why you currently have that could connect to the person. That's really, really important, so that when you reach out to them, you're being 100% genuine. So it could sound something like this. Hey Shayna, I just wanted to reach out to you because I started my own health and wellness business with Arbonne, and I am excited to share these plant-based nutrition and beauty products because I've decided I do not want to have to go back to working for somebody else. I am loving being home with my kids, and if I don't do something to build a business for my family, I'm going to have to go give my 50, 60, 70 hours a week to somebody else again as a marketing director. And I don't want to have to do that. And I don't know if this would be a fit for you at all, but I thought of you because you have a huge heart and you're always willing to give to others. You invest so much in your students. And I don't know if you're looking for something different, but if you were, I could see this working wonderfully for you. And I know that you're on a mission to live a healthier, gluten-free life, and that's what these products do. So again, I'm not sure if this would be a fit for you at all, but would you be willing to take a look? So you're being real, you're being honest, you're being true. So somebody else's might sound like, I recently started my own health and wellness business. I'm so excited because I'll be honest, every month we can't make the bills. We're going in debt every single month. And I don't want my family to have to live with that. Or, you know what? I decided to do this because I'm in college right now and I'm going to come out of school with loans up to my eyeballs. And I don't want to have to work my first 20 years to pay off my student loans. I want to pay them off as I'm going. Or maybe I'm approaching retirement and I don't have retirement. Or I don't have a big enough retirement. Maybe my retirement's not going to cut it for my family. So whatever's true to you, share that. The more vulnerable you are with somebody, the more they're going to be willing to listen, right? Because we just want people to listen. We're not here to decide for them. We just want them to hear what it is. And then what's true to them? Why do you love them? Even if you're thinking of somebody that you haven't talked to for 10 years, there's a reason why you thought of them and not some loser you went to school with who never amounted to anything and who is negative. You're not calling that person. You're calling someone that you genuinely like. When you think of them, they make you smile. Well, what did you like about them so much? Why are you genuinely calling them? So that's the first thing you're going to ask. And when you say, you take a look, and they say yes, you say, awesome. I would absolutely love to set up a video conference. It's a 30-minute overview, and it's going to be with another person I'm doing Arbonne with that has built this business more than I have, because I'm just learning. I'm just training, and I want to be able to listen from her, and then you'll get the overview, and there's no pressure. If it's not for you afterwards, no worries at all. And then you have those time blocks already on your calendar, and you can say, hey, would Friday at 2 or Saturday at 10 work for you? And if you don't have those times right in front of you and somebody says yes, you say, you know what, I'm just going to text you over a couple times and you can see if they fit in your calendar. Now, if they say no, first of all, if more than 3 people in a row say no to you, you need to talk to your upline because there's a chance we need to tweak something about how you're asking. Don't sound apologetic by asking somebody to share something that could truly help them. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes I hear in the beginning. It's like, oh, I'm sorry to bother you, but no, you're calling because you have something exciting you want to share with them. So if 3 people in a row say no, then you talk to your sponsor or your RVP or your area manager, anybody in your upline, and say, what am I doing wrong here? What can we tweak? And then when they say no, though, you're just going to move down the funnel. It's not the end. You're going to be like, you know what? No worries. I understand. Like maybe they're like, you know what? I'm excited for you, Danyelle, but I'm not looking for anything. And that doesn't sound like anything I would ever do anyway. And you're gonna be like, you know what? No worries. I really appreciate you just, hearing it out. And I'm so excited to do product samplings. That's something I'm gonna be doing. Is there a chance you could grab a couple people around your kitchen table and I'll bring my products over and just share them and I'll explain our discounts and you'll get a chance to earn some products. If I sent over a couple dates that would work for me, could you check your calendar to see which one works for you? You have to ask a question. If you don't have a question mark, it's not a question. And so many people say, well, if you'd like to host sometime, let me know. That's not asking a question. You would be amazing as a consultant if you ever wanted to do this. That's not a question. So make sure these scripts help you actually end with a question. They say yes, great. Send over a couple dates, let them pick one. They say no, you're going to move to your third goal by inviting them to that backup party. They call it a launch party in here, but I'm referring to it as a backup party. Then you're going to say, you know what, I get it. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I'm remodeling my kitchen, or I don't host those kind of things. I get it, but I still want you to hear about it. So can you come to the one I'm having at my house on Friday? They say no. No worries. You know what? No worries. Let's just grab coffee. I want you to hear about this. They say no to that. Product sampling. You'll have the RN skincare if you're brand new. You can say, you know what, I'm just going to drop a skincare sample off for you. I really want your opinion on it. Would you send it to me after I stick one in the mail? Would you give me your opinion? They say no to that. Who do you know that needs hope with their finances, time, or health? So just, you know what, thank you so much for listening. I get it's not for you at all, but who do you know? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm building this business. I'm looking for people I can give hope to. So if you want help with this verbiage, which I highly recommend if this is the first time you're seeing this verbiage, which I don't know every single person on here, so I'm not sure. But if this is your first time, sit with your sponsor, your area manager, your VP, and practice a couple people. I love when I'm role playing with people, I say, okay, what's their name? What do you love about them? Why would they be amazing at this? And what could Arbonne do for them? And then I say, okay, now you're them. And I call, and I'm you. And we role play by me doing it, by me overcoming the objections and teaching. So please practice your verbiage with your upline. The next thing you need to do, if you haven't done it already, is Voxer. Voxer is a free app, Voxer, and it's a communication app that we use all the time. And it probably says Voxer Walkie Talkie. You need to download that app, and then you need to have a group with your upline. So if you're the new consultant, your sponsor, and anyone between you and your RVP. Now, if they're not working the business, they don't check Voxer anyway, so they don't need to be part of it. But if they're working the business, you want to have your whole upline there. And what we're going to do is we're going to help you so that after you make those reach outs and you're celebrating, someone just said they book a presentation, I'm so excited. Someone just said they do a take a look and I scheduled it for this day and time. Then your whole upline knows what's going on. But then where it's really going to help you is when you're like, I just had this conversation and this is what happened. And it felt awful. And she said no. Then your upline can say, okay, great, let's look at it. Let's see, is there something we can go back with, or is there something we can just do different in the future? So that Voxer group is going to be your coaching group that's going to be available anytime you need it. So please utilize it. Very important. Lastly, for the call tonight, the last thing I'm going to end with is our Facebook groups. So you want to make sure that you're part of both the Higginbotham Nation Facebook group and the multi-region team page. And in this Facebook group under discussion, this page is your page. This is your page. If you find trainings, if you have stuff going on, post it here. If you have questions that might affect other people, like is there a special Facebook group for the May 6th start date? Like post it. This is yours. Please post trainings. When you hear amazing training, post it. There's also the Higginbotham Nation Facebook page, and that is your National Vice President's page, and that's where you'll be announced. All new consultants need to be announced on that page so we can welcome them to our team. And then lastly, if you're a new consultant, your upline wants to welcome you on your personal page. So we want to ask your permission. Is it okay for us to post on your personal page? And we're going to post something like, hey, congratulations, Shana, for starting your own health and wellness business. I'm so excited to see where this takes you and all the people who are going to help become healthier and in the meantime, and maybe even give them time and financial freedom with a business opportunity. Congratulations, something like that. So let us be excited for you, and maybe that will draw some activity on your Facebook page. So that is the business plan meeting If you are new, please take this, digest this, work with your sponsor and upline. Thank you guys so much for being on tonight. Now we have our live, Facebook Live in the Discover Arbonne Live group. And if you don't know what that is, really quick, text your sponsor and say, how do I get on that? And then at 9:30, we're back on Zoom with 796, I don't know it off the top of my head, 105-8763. There we go. 796-105-8763. Thank you guys for being on. Have a great night.